The business shit is fucking interesting, but people don't want to fucking hear about that as much as they want to hear about fucking the results of it. And that's a lot of the problem is they want the sausage, they don't want to know how it's made. And that's why I think that it's actually limited me on social media, because a lot of my content is very real. Instead of here's a Lamborghini, you can have 5 easy steps on how to become a multi-millionaire, and it's going to be easy and anyone can do it. And the pitches on these offers that get people's attention, like, oh yeah, you sell them the dream. It sounds too good to be true, because it fucking is. The reality is this, whether you want to accept this as truth or not, that the people that win are the people that are absolutely fucking obsessed. It's hard, difficult, and challenging. It's gonna be painful. It's gonna be lonely. You're gonna face adversity. You're gonna have trouble with your relationships and your friendships, and people in your hometown are gonna fucking laugh at you when you're starting out, and you're gonna have 18 hours over and over and over again. Another unpopular part of this message, which is absolutely true, is it's gonna take a long fucking time. Like, people think, oh, I've been working for a year or 2 years or 3 years. Motherfucker, I didn't make any money. $0 for the first 3 years that I was in business, in the company that I eventually made $1 million a month and sold for $115 million. And 99.9% of these fucking people on Instagram that are watching this entrepreneur business success flashy content would give up within the first 36 months. They'd be like, oh, it didn't work. No, bitch, you didn't work. You didn't persevere. And I blame these influencers, I really do, for putting out false messages. And what they don't see is it's a predatory environment that they put out these messages. Oh, you could be an online coach, you'll be a fucking millionaire. It's easy. Make a couple posts, talk at your phone, hit them with the pay link, bing, bang, boom, Lambo. And it's just not true. And I've seen so many people fall prey to that. And then, you know who the real losers are? I feel bad for them. I'm not being insulting or name calling. It's the people that are constantly starting something new. I know someone is never gonna make it to a monicum of a level of success when every time I see them, every 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, or 12 months, they're doing something new. Because it means you gave up on the last thing. Nothing, almost nothing is gonna feel like an overnight success within the first 6 months, year, 2 years, 3 years. Success doesn't happen like that. And that's where people have it fucked up, is they think that success is linear. And what I mean by that is this, is they think that success is fair. Let me tell you something straight up. Success is the furthest thing from fucking fair. Success goes like this. You work, you work, you work, you work. It's painful, it hurts, it's kind of lonely. You think you're supposed to get an equivalent amount of success. You don't. You're a little perplexed. You scratch the top of your head. You're like, all right, let me keep going. Let me work, 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 work. You get a little further. You think the success should start coming. The success hasn't started coming. You work, 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 work. You get your face kicked in. There's higher stress. There's problems. You're like, this isn't what I fucking signed up for. I thought it was gonna be yachts and Lambos and hot chicks and you know, this fun life. Not 18-hour days, stress, and I don't know how I'm gonna make payroll, and I'm dealing with all these problems. And you work, work, work. And in the valley of that line where you work, work, work is where most people give up. And what they don't understand is it is a 10-year hockey stick. I just created that word. What do they call it? Copyrighted that word. 10-year hockey stick. If you heard it, it came from me. And because it goes like this, it goes year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, give up, give up, give up, give up, give up. For those people that make it to a decade, boom, that's what fucking happens. 10 years in the game, 10 years of suffering is what it's gonna fucking take. And for those of us like me and like my friends who have 10 years in this motherfucking game, then success becomes explosive. It is not fair. Success is not fair. It is not linear. It is not one for one. One work for one success. It is fucking work, 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 work. You get nothing in return. Work, 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 work. You get pain, suffering, and loneliness. Work, 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 work. You get betrayal and heartache and people gossiping and hating and talking shit on you. Work, 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 work. Everyone gives up. There were 100 people when you started. There's 2 left. Boom, now it fucking takes off. And that's why when you are a guy sitting on a fucking private jet with fucking half a ticket on his wrist, 100 on his fucking neck, and you see another man and he's at the same level, a little above, a little below, it's not that we think that we're better than everyone else out there in America and planet Earth. What we think and what we know is that we have endured and suffered similar journeys. And so it's very much like yoga. I love this one saying. It says namaste for all those yogis. I did yoga years ago, different story. But namaste means the light in me sees the light in you. I like a variation of that. The pain in me sees the pain in you. The struggle in me sees the struggle in you. So I see a guy with these external accolades. I don't want to be friends with him because he owns a jet. I don't want to be friends with him because he owns a Lamborghini or a successful business or a personal brand. I want to be friends with him because we have something to relate in the pain and suffering that we went through to fucking get those things. And for those people that haven't gotten there yet, you are in this linear line. You have not paid the price that we have. We have suffered, you have not. So don't come here and think that like with this fucked up hater mentality that like, oh, you know, they think they're better than me, who's talking down to me, blah, blah, blah. No, you whiny little baby. I fucking suffered when you haven't suffered. I've walked roads that you have yet to walk. You have to think of it like this. I am covered in scars that you have yet to experience. I've been out to battle in the war of entrepreneurship, business, and success. Many, many tours of duty. Each and every time, its own story. Coming back, lost friends, bullet holes, wounds, betrayal, court cases, litigation, failure. I've failed more than most of you who will see this have ever even fucking tried. And you're so paralyzed in fear and scared. Oh, well, what if it doesn't work, Eric? Good. The best thing for some of you is to go out there with this hope and a dream, this, I'm gonna put everything I have into this and have like this great deal of expectation and then have it blow up in your face. Because that situation that you're terrified of is gonna be what I call a spiritual experience. Carl Jung described a spiritual experience as the ideas, emotions, and thoughts of a being are suddenly cast to one side and an entirely new set begins to dominate them. In that experience of the failure, as you come to know pain and loneliness, like only those who have done this and experienced that know it, you will become a new version of yourself. So many of you pussies don't understand is that you have to fail. You have to get out there and take the risk. You have to take the punch in the mouth. It's no different than if you wanted to be an MMA fighter, a boxer, a kickboxer, a Muay Thai fighter. How much of becoming a championship level fighter depends upon them getting punched in the face, them taking body shots, and then building the endurance and the pain tolerance to go all of those rounds, take all of those hits, without every single punch that they've taken, without every single round that they sparred, every time they were fucking broken, beat down, exhausted, in the gym, alone, training, nobody believes in them, puking in a fucking garbage can because they're so gassed, covered in bruises and fucking and shit when no one knew who their name was. How much of that made them who they are now? Making it, walking in the ring with the spotlight, with the attention, with the cars, the money, girls, all of it. That is what you guys fucking miss, is you have to suffer, but you try to skip the fucking line. And that's probably one of my biggest criticisms of people that say, Eric, how do I get to where you've gotten? Bitch, I'm fucking 18 years ahead of you. You can't skip the line. I suffered. I fucking laid there with overwhelming, debilitating anxiety, staring all night long, can't sleep, staring at the wall, getting up, pacing. I fucking sat there heartbroken in situations where people that I loved, that I wanted to be successful, had betrayed me. I sat there embarrassed, having worked and tried to put this thing together and told everyone how great it was gonna be, and it blew up in my fucking face. Over, and not one time, not 10 times, thousands of times, guys. So much so that I have forgotten stories totally irrelevant to me. Cannot even remember them, that I promise you are of the magnitude that would fucking break so many of you. And that is the level of toughness, the level of callous that being in this game for a long time, that it requires. It is part of the dues that you have to pay in order to make it to the private jet level, to the fucking mansion level, to the fucking yacht level, to all this shit that you people think you want. And here's the interesting thing about all of that is this, is that you think you want to be at the yacht level, the mansion level, and the private jet level. And what you don't understand is that when you get there, all of this is gonna mean so much fucking less to you when you get there than it does right now. The spiritual experience started for me with recovery, which was giving up drugs and alcohol, and understanding that even though I gave up heroin and cocaine and all these other drugs, and I committed to a life of sobriety and 100% abstinence, that the man that I brought to that abstinence was still a fucking addict. I was still a junkie. I was a liar, cheat, a thief. So I had to start in this personal development work and get rid of that. It is one of my favorite concepts and ideals in recovery that I think applies to everyone is that you want to be someone new, right? How many of you really want to be a different version of you? Better, stronger, faster, richer, more in shape, sober, successful, or whatever the idealism of the target that you're trying to achieve is, you must die the death of self. And so many people cling on to the version that they are while they also contradict themselves because they so badly want to be someone else. And you have to let go of this. You have to be willing to let this person die in order for this new version that you want to become to emerge. And the dangerous motherfuckers are the ones that never stop doing that. There are people that should be proud of themselves that have done it once, twice, or 3 times. I have been on a process that I've recreated myself consistently through constant personal development, constantly challenging myself, and constantly be willing to be subjected to the test of leveling up and letting go of the person that I am today. And so if you met me 6 months ago from now, at the time of this recording, today I am different than I was 6 months ago. And if you meet me 6 months from when this video is made, I will be different again. I will never again be the way that you see me as I am today, because I'm fully committed to this process of personal development and evolution, where so many people get stuck in Groundhog Day, living the same shit over and over and over again. And that leads to nothing but a hollow, shallow, empty life filled with regret at the end. People want the jet, the mansion, the yacht, the watch, the chain, all of these things. But what they don't understand is that it means so much more to them when they want them than after they achieve them. When you look back, if you're stopping and you're like, no, Eric, that can't be true. You're sitting on a jet right now and I don't believe you. Think about the things in your life that at one time you wanted so fucking bad. You wanted that Honda Civic with the JL Audio 12-inch subwoofers. You wanted whatever it is. You wanted that piece of jewelry. You wanted that Volkswagen or whatever, right? Then you got it, and it was exciting. You fucking were all pumped up about it for a period of time. But what happened? The shine wore off, and all of a sudden it became about the next thing. And that is the trap of materialism that so many people get caught in. And that's why I hope that you get the jet and everything else. Write a list of every fucking thing. I don't care what it is. $100 million plane, man, whatever. Write the list. Whatever's on your list, I hope you get it. Because what I promise you will happen to you when you achieve the list is that it won't be what you think it is when you wrote it down that you wanted it. And that was the epiphany for me. I got the jet. I have my second jet. I'm on my 3rd yacht. And like, it's cool, guys. I don't want to go back to being broke. I own a plane. I don't ever want to go back to not being a guy that owns a plane or couldn't own a plane. Maybe I'll sell the plane, but let it be because I choose to, not because I have to. Same thing with the boat. But what you will find out is that this thing is very much more about the process, about like what I realized. What is the spiritual awakening, the epiphany, the spiritual experience that I went through in this process was I realized it's about the process. It's about the work. It's about the impact. It's about the people. It's about the sport of it. If you can imagine that you are a high-level athlete, football, basketball, baseball, and you win the championship, you win the Super Bowl, what's funner? Having the Super Bowl trophy on the mantle at home, or that season, the locker room before the game, going out onto the field? It's about the game, guys. It's always been about the game, but you guys fucking obsess over the result. And I'm not telling you to not get the result. I want you to have the result, but you have to appreciate the process and the game. Guys, I have a public service announcement for you. This may come as a complete shock, a surprise. It may blow you out of your fucking chair. But online coaching is a fucking scam. Fuck. It is crazy that people are still falling for this shit. Not all of them. I have friends that have a legitimate offer, that have lived experience, that is valuable, that they can collapse time and get you the results faster with their knowledge and their information. But we have coaches teaching coaches how to be coaches, teaching other coaches. And do you know what we call that? It's called an online coaching gangbang. Don't do it. Save your fucking money. I probably shouldn't say this shit, but like, I get these little conflicts that people think because I have money, they're like, oh, you just hide behind the lawyers and the fucking paperwork. My man, I assure you that is not true. I have challenged some of the biggest influencers and said, I'll fucking box you right now, straight up. Fucking 3-minute rounds, gloves, releases, videographers, we'll sell tickets for fucking charity. I'll punch your fucking dick loose, what's up? And so the idea that these people think that like, I don't know, a little bit of success, maybe it was when I bought the Lambo or something, they thought I got soft, but yeah, boys from the hood, it ain't like that. We'll go fucking fisticuffs. What's up? I get sued all the time, and at first I used to get upset about it. Now I just have lawyers on retainer, and here's my philosophy. If you sue me, you better have enough gas in the tank, because we're not settling. Like, we're going the distance. And so it's like locking horns with a fight. Like, if you're gonna fight someone, if you know they're gonna tap quick or whatever, like, you're gonna be apt to get in more fights because people think you're soft. You're gonna, like, nah, dog, we're going every round. And so since I took that philosophy, honestly, the amount of beefs legal beefs that I've got into has gotten less and less, because you start to get that reputation, like, oh, if you sue him, you can, but like, he'll go the entire distance. Like, multiple years of litigation, he's not gonna settle. And so don't even fucking think about it. And then you start winning those cases, costing them money, burying them, it's over, dude. It's a wrap. So don't settle. Every rich person should have a lawyer. Every rich person does have a lawyer on retainer. It's not should a rich person have a lawyer on retainer or shouldn't they? They all do, because it's necessary. And it's not even a lawyer. You get to a certain level, you have lawyers for everything. You have litigation lawyers, you have real estate lawyers, you have corporate lawyers. It's, dude, a roster. I mean, I probably literally, if I added up all the lawyers I have, I probably have 15 different attorneys, trademark attorneys, like for all, probably more different stuff that you're just surrounded. And I talk to lawyers on the phone on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, more than I speak to my friends, and sometimes more than my employees some weeks. Talking legal all the time because they're involved in everything that I do. So yeah, man, too much money. I should start a law. You know what the fucked up thing about it is too? This is where they got the game beat. You can't start a law firm if you're not a lawyer. God is the thing that like I leaned into that really gave me the power, a source to plug, a power to plug into, and a source of strength and inspiration that enabled me to stay sober in the early days. And 18 years later, it's the same thing. It has always worked for me. The core foundation of all of it is a relationship with God. And in order for me to have that pure relationship with God, I have to be sober. And, you know, everything has come through faith and belief in a power greater than myself, is what was introduced to me in recovery, which I, you know, come to know as God, and my own personal beliefs around my spirituality and faith. But man, without God, I would have died out there for sure. Everyone's heard the story about the knife and the fucking, they all know the story. You guys all know the story about December 7th, 2006. I fucking robbed the kid the night before with the knife, the butcher knife from the trap house. I robbed him for $82. I bought 4 bags of heroin with the $82. December 6th, 2006, that night, hiding in a closet, I shot up those 4 bags. That night, I got on my knees. I said a prayer. I said, God, please, you know, and that prayer, that one prayer was the pivotal moment. See, people think that life changes slowly. Life changes incredibly fast. It's one decision, one prayer, One phone call and life is never the same. And that was that day for me 18 years ago. Look at me now. I'm fucking sitting on a goddamn plane on my way to Ohio to go conduct business. All my friends are dead, every single one of them. I'm the only one that fucking made it out because I'm the only one that stuck to sobriety. What's that teach you? People always want to talk to me about smoking weed and they want to defend their weed. These weed heads love their fucking weed. They always want to argue about the weed. They're like, Eric, here's this laundry list of reasons why fucking smoking weed is okay. Here's the truth that you guys cannot fucking get away from for all you fucking weed users out there, is that if you had a life that you loved as much as I love my life, you would never want to experience it any different than the way that it is. You create a reality that you love so much, you're obsessed with so much that, like, dude, I can't get high because I'm an addict. But even if I could, I fucking wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to miss a motherfucking moment of my fucking life, guys. I don't even like to sleep. I hurry up and go to sleep at night so I can wake up and get back to it. That's how much I love my life. Imagine smoking weed or doing any drugs. That is such weak pussy shit. It's fucking crazy, guys. Give it up. Like, put the weed, the booze, all of it away and fucking build the life that you love, that you're obsessed with. You don't need that shit. You need a life that you love. One of the best strategies, guys, is known as this. It's called the Burger King strategy. You find a McDonald's and you become the fucking Burger King. Do not let pride and ego stop you from looking at winners and emulating them. Like, finding a good run, looking at a successful model and dissecting it, seeing what you can do to make it better, and then taking a run in that marketplace. That is absolutely an amazing idea on how to get rich. Because why? You've already seen that it's successful. You've already seen that this fucking thing works. There's a path. Instead of the dumbass shit that people come up with and try to get me to invest in, which is some new idea that nobody's ever done. I don't want to invest in something nobody's ever done before because I don't know that it's going to work. Find something that works and find a good way to do it and execute on that. Guys, let's call it what it is. Being poor sucks. People say, oh, money won't make you happy. Okay, I agree with that, but being poor certainly does not make you fucking happy. That's what they don't tell you. When they tell you money doesn't make you happy, what they also don't couple that with is being poor definitely doesn't make you happy. The point is this. The point is that happiness is about an internal condition. So it requires internal work and an internal solution. Money is external, it's material. So you cannot have an impact internally with external assets, which are produced by money. I get it, that's the fucking point. But let me tell you something. I'd rather be depressed and unhappy and rich than depressed and unhappy and poor. Like, life is a lot better when you have focused and done the things that you are required to do in order to find a little bit of success. Because what they also don't tell you is that being poor is being enslaved. Money creates the ability to have free thinking, free decision making, and actual freedom. Wealth is much more equated with the ability to live a free life and live life on your terms than this fucking broke, poor person's concept of, oh, if you get money, you're gonna buy a Lamborghini, then that Lamborghini is really not gonna make you happy. I have a Lamborghini, it kinda makes me happy. Guys, I hate broke people. I absolutely hate broke people. I fucking do. I said it, I'm being honest. There's a lot of people in the issues of the world today of racism, this, that, the other thing. I'm none of that. I'm friends with people from all walks of life, all colors, every four corners of planet Earth. But poor, broke people, I cannot stand you. But what I mean by that, please understand, I don't care how much money is in your bank account. Broke and poor is a mindset. It is an operating system. I cannot stand broke, poor mindset people. Scarcity, woe is me, I can't catch a break, victim mentality. You, my friends, will stay with not a lot of money in your bank account for a long period of time. There are people that don't have a lot of money in their bank account that have a mindset of abundance, of wealth, of creation. And those people, I assure you, will not stay without a lot of money for a long time. That abundance mindset, that wealth mindset, that positive mindset under any and all circumstances and conditions is what is going to put you on top. When you have haters, know a couple things. One, it is a sign that you are doing something right. People at all levels of success have to have haters. It comes with the territory. So if you have haters, smile and be thankful, because the only thing worse than having haters is fucking not having haters. Now, number two is, I know in the beginning when you have them, their criticism, their judgment, their slander hurts. I know it pierces that shell and gets underneath your skin. That will go away over time. But in the beginning, you take that energy, you ball it up, and you turn it into fuel. And you say, you just go and you pay them no mind, you give them no energy, you take that energy from them, you turn it into fuel, and you work your fucking face off. And then over time, as you deal with it over and over, you will become callous, and it will no longer bother you. And you will have this success that you have earned over time, some of that driven by the energy that you have derived from their hate. And you will have the pleasure and the enjoyment to circle back around, impervious to their arrows, and stuff that success right down their throat. And I promise you, it will feel sweet, and it will be worth every single moment that it hurt, that you're alone, and you worked, and you worked, and you worked. And that is one of the payoffs of not giving up.